Hey everybody, it's Ron and Ramon. We're doing the happy hour. Unfortunately, Rod can't be with us tonight. He's chasing livestock all over Alberta, Canada right now. So some of his cows got loose, so he won't be with us tonight. But we'll handle things on this end. How you doing, Ramon?
Hey, real quick, Ron, let me mute myself here. I'm kind of catching up with you here, getting live with you late. So appreciate you having me. We're gonna have a fun show with you and I. Look, a little bit different card. We're getting into. I don't know. I'm not calling it a break for sports handicappers. We're gonna be firing away in college basketball a weekend, but
Yeah.
heading into the NBA All Star break, we've got of course, Four Nations Cup going on. Maybe a little breather before we really get down to business in March.
Yes, sir. Definitely. We're going to have a lot of college basketball for the next week or so. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And you can get all our picks there at tonyspicks.com. So, let's look at the slate tonight. What do you say, Ramon? I'm going to start with the NBA, and it looks like we got that final verification. Steve Kerr played the okey doke, and he's going to play everybody. So it looks like Houston's now 1.5 with a total of 222. New Orleans, 8.5 point underdog at home. They played last night, of course. Sacramento got them by 9 and a total of 234. What do you think about these two? You hear me, Ramon? I think Ramon froze. We got you?
I might be hanging just a little bit up on my end here, Ron.
Okay. Did you hear what I said?
Did
You
you
can
kick
hear
it
me?
over? I know you were going over the injuries. Did you kick it over to me just now for some picks?
Yeah, I went over the
Yeah,
first two. Like I said, it looks
okay,
like Steve Kerr played the okey doke on us, and
yeah.
all those guys are going to start now. So, looking that injury report looks clean for Golden State, except for Kuminga, just like we expected. That line came out 1.5 last night. Looks like it's back to 1.5 now. 222 on a total. What do you got on that game? And also, we'll look at the Sacramento Kings at the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still going to end up on the under here with Golden State and Houston. I know that it looks just on the surface here that maybe as we're heading into the break, the defenses are taking a little bit of break here, but I got this as kind of an important situation here for Houston, the way they've been performing right now. I don't know if it's necessarily a great matchup for them. The series history here is just wild. The Warriors actually dominate the Rockets. Not that they haven't been, the better team in years past, but it is severely one-sided when these two teams meet. So I'm just going to end up on the under here in this series. I think for Houston, it's an important game since they've kind of slipped here a little bit heading into the break. So I think they're going to come out with an all-out effort. And the way you discussed it there's no doubt the line has, completely kind of shifted back here to 1.5. We saw this thing run the gamut. If anybody was real wise to the market, they really could have laid in there and got some really nice middles.
There were
But
some sevens out there this afternoon too. So yeah, if you got in there, you got a good value for sure.
yeah, and I was certainly touting the Warriors, even with the news. This, I thought the
Yeah,
situation was going to be the pressure of both teams right now. So I've got this as kind of an important game. I know that there's a tendency to lean to the fact that maybe the defenses will rest here a little bit with these last games, but I'm going to end up with the under here. This one's gone up severely on the news, but I'm still looking at it as a kind of a style game here. I'm going to
of
go under
course.
224.
All right. Yeah, and I like I said, I got Golden State way early this morning. So yeah, 6.5. Me too. Ron Hahn got it too. It looks like. Yeah, I'll stick with the Golden State Warriors in that one. Let's go on to the 8:30, 8:40 games. We'll take it to the end there, Ramon. We got Oklahoma City Thunder is laying 8.5 at Minnesota. It looks like the total is 225.5. Miami at Dallas minus 1.5 for Miami. 217.5 on total. Everybody's missing pretty much for Dallas, it looks like. So, and then finally, we got the Clippers at Utah laying 9.5, 225. So it still looks like Conley and Edwards game time decision on that one. Like I said, Dallas, Clay's out. Irving is questionable. Of course, Davis, Gafford, Lively, Martin, Powell, Washington, they're all out. And just, yeah, it's like a G League team with Kyrie running it there, and maybe Clay could be in there. And like I said, for OKC, Caruso's out, Dang's out, Mitchell and Wallace. Like I said, we still don't know about Conley and Edwards. From Minnesota, Gobert is now a game time decision as well. For the Clippers, Kawhi's out. And for Utah, it looks like Clarkson's out and Sexton's out. What do you got on these three, Ramon?
Yeah, I looked at last night, right, with the way the Jazz performed. Yeah, they got a couple of key players out here, but obviously with Markkanen and Kessler just looking terrific last night, I think the Clippers could be lured into kind of the same thing that happened to the Lakers last night. Not necessarily from the perspective, we knew the Lakers situation might have been a complete emotional letdown following that nice little final day, finally getting the debut of Luka in there with LeBron and having them look good at home and then having to go on the road heading kind of into the break. And I think the Clippers could fall into that here. I do have long-term prospects here good on the Clippers. I think they've shown through here in the first half, looking real good, actually. I mean, above expectations, considering what their record is right now and their position. But Utah, when Kessler and Markkanen are on, look, this has been a bad year so far for Utah, but the best performances have been with those guys performing well together, and I think that'll play in their favor tonight. I'm going to take Utah here, plus these points at home, Ron, as my play on this last group, 9.5.
Okay. Yeah. My best bet was the Clippers last night against Memphis. I thought it was a bad spot for Memphis, just coming off that win in Phoenix. So got that one. Like I said last night, I don't like Sacramento laying points. I know it was pretty close last night, but I'll go back to New Orleans once again in that one. And Utah, man, they give up 125, 130 points, man. I got to stick with the over whenever Utah is playing. So I'm going to stick with the over in that one. All right, that's our NBA slate. Let's go over to college basketball, and let's look at that really quick. Got a pretty good slate, some nice games tonight. We got some pretty good ones out there, so definitely.
Thursday,
5 o'clocks have already gone, right? Yep, 5s are gone. So let's go from the 6th spot to the 7:30. So everything before 7:30.
I'm going to open up here with William and Mary. They're hot right now at home. 5 straight wins taking on Hofstra here in a closely rated game. Right now, it has gone up to 2.5 here. I do have a premium on the total in this game over at the site, Ron, but I'm going to come in. I don't know if I want to divulge too much about how I think the game's going to go, but I'm going to take William and Mary here to win and cover this 2.5. It has gone up here just a little bit. I will say this, William and Mary's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games at home, but Hofstra's kind of owned this series. I think William and Mary is the better team finally right now, and I've got William and Mary in that one. And right after it, I'm going to take a look here at North Carolina and Elon. For the last 5 meetings between these two teams, Ron, have gone under. The move came in on the over. Wasn't necessarily worried about that, but it has moved up here, higher here lower here from 144 down to 139. So that's what I meant to intonate anyway, that the move has kind of gone against me here. So I'm just going to use it as my free play. I do like this one under the total here, Ron, with North Carolina A&T and Elon.
I do agree with that one. I kind of like North Carolina A&T. I know they play it very well, but I kind of like them in that one. I'm going to look at the Camels, man, one of the best covering teams in the nation, getting 4.5. They got the better offense, better defense. I got to go with Campbell plus the 4.5 in that one. And I'm going to look at Jacksonville State. You know, they play very well as a dog. So I'm going to stick with Jacksonville State. I love that 3-point shooting they have. And the Sam Houston just giving it up on defense. So a lot of offense, great free throw shooting. I like that in my dogs. And I love rebounding. And I love that they don't turn the ball over. So give me Jacksonville State in that one. All right, let's move on to the 8 o'clocks. So we're going to go 8 o'clock all the way up to – we got Tony's bailout game out there tonight, so I'm not going to go that far. Let's go 8 to 9, buddy. 8 to 9.
Yeah, I'm going to start in the horizon. Take a look at Denver and North Dakota here. I feel like this is the insider secret play of the day. I might be late to the party. It seems like everybody's on this over here. This series has gone over 5 straight times. It's all gone over 5 straight times when they've met at North Dakota, and these two teams kind of combined for a lot of overs this year. I don't know how much more I could break it down other than go to the personnel here. I'm going to take the over here with Denver and South Dakota. I think that's how the moves come in too. Right now it's up to 150. 152 and a half still. So might not be too hot here. That's maybe a half a point move only. I've got over with Denver and North Dakota. Also, Tennessee State. This one looks pretty hot as well. I'm going to take Tennessee State on the road here against Eastern Illinois. Eastern Illinois has lost 4 of the last 6 years here at home to Tennessee State. And Tennessee State looks like the slightly better cover right now to me. And they are, laying a little bit of a small number, though, still here on the road at 2.5. So let me take Tennessee State as my other play in this group.
All right. Yeah, I like the North Dakota spot too. I know you're on that, but definitely like North Dakota. I got them at home averaging about 84 points a game. Denver's only averaging 70 on the road. So look for a double-digit win in that one. Also got like the Jackrabbits at home. Big difference there as well. From road and home splits. Love the Jackrabbits. Great defense, great offense. They shoot the free throws and they rebound. That's what I want to see. Get those second chance points and get up there in the teens there. I think they win by about 15 to 17 in that one. And I'm going to take the Terps. Again, I'm looking at this and I'm like, why is Nebraska favored? I'm going to go with the Terps here. I know it's probably a trap here, but I got the better defense. I got the better offense by a mile. I got to go with the Terps in that one. All right, moving on to the 9 o'clock games. Let's go 9 to 10.
Yeah, sure thing, brother. Let's get into it right now. I've got to take a look here at UC San Diego on the road. I know it's a big number here, but they are playing really well right now, and I think this is a big-time mismatch the way things are going. I watch this team pretty closely, and I'm going to take the Tritons here on the road. It's up to 13 right now. I know that might be a bit difficult number to swallow here, but man, UCSD is playing well here, and Bakersfield kind of regressing a little bit. If you look at Red Bakersfield against the spread, not good, and UC San Diego's doing a nice job against the spread. So I've got UC San Diego there in that one, and also right above it, I've got Montana here at home. They're laying now 4.5. I don't mind that at this point. Idaho State's done a pretty nice job. I watch a lot of their games closely, but I'm going to end up here on Montana minus 4.5 in the game against Idaho State here tonight. With Montana at home, I think that's what you want to see. They're 5-0 in the last 5 meetings against this team here, against Idaho State, covering all 5 years in a row at home against the Bengals. So I'll take the Grizz tonight and lay 4.5.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to look at that UC San Diego as well. We had them Saturday night. Big upset at Irvine, really. So this team's unstoppable right now. Can I see a letdown? I guess it's possible. Maybe 12.5 might be too much, but I would still lay it. I agree with you, Ramon. We're going to go with the Tritons.
I would pick a different game if I'd known you to roll with my Tritons.
You're good. I'm just confirming it for everybody. How about that? But yeah, I'm going to look at the Irvine Anteaters after that home upset, double digits there. I think they come back and make a statement against the Gauchos of Santa Barbara there. So definitely want to take Irvine on a bounce back spot there. And I'm going to look at Oregon State. I just think Portland's horrible. That defense is horrible, allowing 38% from 3. And guess what Oregon State's shooting? 38% from 3. So it's kind of a mismatch there. I think Oregon State just rolls them. I know it's 13.5. It's a lot, but I'm going to stick with it. All right, let's do the 10 o'clock games all the way out to Tony's bailout with the beach in Hawaii. So that's at midnight. So go ahead and get the 10 to 12.
I was going to joke there. Kind of funny to see those two teams, Oregon State and Portland, playing a conference game. of
Right.
of all things. So, all right, yeah, let me take a look at a couple of these here with our late slate with Cal Poly on the road. I mean, I can't believe this Cal Poly team right now is in a position where they're laying these points. This is how good this team has been. Now, this has always been a tough spot to go into Fullerton, but I don't think right now I'm too worried about it. I'm going to lay these points on the road with Cal Poly. They got steamed up a little bit here to 7 right now, but I'm going to take Cal Poly on the road. Imagine not Cal Poly road favorite in a game in the 150s. That wouldn't have been even feasible just a couple of years ago with San Luis Obispo. But I'm going to lay the points there tonight. And in the big one, I got the big one tonight in the West Coast Conference. We can go that far, right, Ron? I'm going to go.
Yeah, I actually jumped the spot. I was all over Irvine, but go ahead. You can finish it out.
Okay. Yeah. Give me the over. Maybe I've gone too far ahead, but I like the over tonight with USF and Gonzaga. Right now, sitting at 150. What is it now? 153 and 152.
152 and a half.
Oh,
Yeah.
that the Sharper books got this one down a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be that way tonight with Gonzaga at home. Look, USF has played pretty great this season. It's surprised to see Gonzaga right now in the position they're in, really out of the race, really, for the league title. It feels like St. Mary's ain't going to give this up. So I still like the over, though, in this one tonight. Maybe Gonzaga gets that number. I touted them earlier that they would. It's still a big number. USF's had a good year. I think it's just a fun game. I'll take the over here.
Yeah, and I already gave you 2. I jumped the spot myself. So, yeah, I gave you Oregon State and also Irvine. So that's it for college basketball. Let's move on to the 4 nations. I see Billy Briz in the chat. Shout out to him. I know he's got the over team total for 3.5 in USA. What do you think about tonight's game?
Ron, after watching last night, I have a feeling that we might get the same type of experience. Now, that's not to say that you line them up, whatever analysts can say. Yes, Canada, terrific. Man, look at all these world-class players. United States, number 2 ranked in this tournament. Good roster. Look at their great player. Look what happened last night. It looks to me, right, like part international tournament, serious deal, part all-star game, middle of the season, loosey-goosey festivities.
Exhibition. That's the word.
Yeah, right. You're getting like the whole gamut through the thing. And I think that opens the door here tonight for Finland. Look, they're not putting their best roster even on the ice right now. Mm-hmm. But if you look at their ranking, it's still a pretty legitimate ranking that I thought belied their 9-1 odds to win this tournament. Now, I understand. Don't get me wrong. Canada, I probably don't want any part of the prices on these 2 favorites right now. I'm going to look to play Finland in one way or another. If you don't like 1.5, maybe you can lay a little juice with 2.5. But I see the same thing happening as what it did last night. Canada started strong, looked good, got a little complacent. They're still playing NHL talent. And gave up that lead. And what do we see constantly right now in the regular season run of NHL games? A bunch of games that end up 2-2, 3-3, end up going to overtime or getting a late goal. All the games right now are 1-goal games pretty much. I mean, that's hockey, don't get me wrong. But even some of the best teams are ending up in 1-goal games in those one-sided games against those inferior opponents during the regular season. So I see the same thing happening tonight. I think Finland things in there and gets the puck line for sure. And I don't want to lay a price like this price with the U.S. team at $3.50 or better, or whatever it is right now. So I'm going to try to just shape little bets in there.
$3.79.
Okay, so I guess I'll just give out the standard puck line on the show here, plus 1.5. If you can't fathom it, you can find 2.5 out there, and it's not too bad as far as laying a little. But I just don't think it's blowout city right now, at least in these early stages. We'll see if it gets a little more intense and whatnot, but it just felt like it, it was fun to watch. I enjoyed yesterday's game. I was glad it was a good game, and it might be a good game again tonight.
Yeah, it really turned my head because I was thinking this is going to be a joke, but man, you see Darlene throw that check, man. I was like, holy cow, he's actually playing, man. He's trying to play. So, it was great atmosphere in Montreal with Mario coming out. I mean, it was just awesome. But I'll tell you right now,
I feel
being
good
that
for Mitch
same
Marner.
word, exhibition, it's going over. They're going over. It's just like All-Star games. It's going over. I got USA 5-3. I like Billy Briz over 3.5 team total USA. That is a great bet right there. And want to make a bet, get USA money line over 5.5. I like that too. I think it goes over. I think you get 7 or 8 goals here tonight. I don't think it goes to overtime. I don't know why they're starting Saros. They got better choice, but anyway, Saros really hasn't
That's
done
another
much
problem with
for.
Canada too, right? Is the goaltending. Look what happened last night,
Well,
right?
Bennington gave a few up last night that he shouldn't have. I mean, let him back in the game. But yeah, I agree. Hellebuck's our guy. You know, we're going to stick with him. But Saros, that was kind of I don't know. He hasn't done very well with Nashville. He's a great goalie. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm going to look at USA. I'm going to go 5-3. I look for 8 goals. I got over 5.5 this morning. It looks like it's 6 now. I still like the over in that one.
Yeah, they hit that one pretty good. I just was excited. Mitch Marner, that's a guy who deserved a little bit of a spotlight shown on him when he hit that goal for his career. Absolutely. It was almost a career moment for a guy like that who's really been a great player in the league. So it was a great moment.
Absolutely. All right, we got to do all the sports tonight. Let's look at how we did yesterday, and let's look ahead to tonight. What do you got for sale? And let's get a little parlay from you there, Ramon.
I definitely got a little parlay action here. Just missed last night, so I'm going to go with Binghamton here, and I'm going to head all the way to the extra board for this whole parlay here. So I'll be kind of dividing it up here, making it a little group. Binghamton and Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC. I'm going to look to go under in this one. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was top of the hour here. I'm sorry about that, Ron. Top of the hour.
Terriers,
Yep. Good. Yeah, under 150 here with Binghamton and UMBC. Also, I'm going to go down here to Longwood and High Point. I've got the under in this one with Longwood and High Point sitting currently at, better call it 154 here on the low end for anyone. You'll probably get a little bit better price than that. And Florida Gulf Coast, Austin P. I'm going over in that one with Gulf Coast and P. It's all the way up to 143. So that's my parlay there. Again, it's Binghamton, UMBC under, Longwood, High Point under, and Florida Gulf Coast, Austin P over. My 3-teamer tonight. We're doing pretty good on those if you play them straight up too. So I do have Ron the Four Nations Cup as my $19 discount best bet over at Tony'sPicks.com. Pick that play up here. I think I just gave out the side. So if you want the total here in this one, pick it up for $19 over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also have a 5-pack tonight in college basketball with the action here on mid-major Thursdays. You can pick that one up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off those premium pick packages from me or any of the other handicappers here at Tony's Picks. So that's what I'm rolling with tonight, Ron. And yeah, maybe it's a little bit of break for the cappers, but it's going to be a great weekend of college basketball for sure, and our Four Nations Cup with the 2 games on one day. So there'll be plenty to do here. And while we, I don't know about you, but start sneaking in some of that baseball research.
I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready to get my Royals going. But definitely today, 2-1 in one day for me on the pitch. Galatasaray, yeah, they didn't help me out by getting a red card, but that's all right. We'll take that 2-1 in one. Last night, 4-1 in my premium. So tonight I got a 3-pack in all sports. You can grab that, a couple basketball, and then one in the Nations League. And then I got a separate NBA 3-point play for sale. For my parlay, I'm going to go with all dogs here in the NBA. And I know it's down to 1.5, but I'm still taking Golden State. I think they win the game outright. Nice bounce back from losing double digits as a 7-point favorite last night. And then I'm going to look at Minnesota. I don't like Minnesota at home as a favorite, but they are a dog tonight. And I know everybody's healthy for OKC. It all depends on it. I just checked the late information. Still Conley and Edwards still, and Gobert still game time decision. So maybe Tony can update that on your next show. I know you guys know where to find it. And then that's what I got for tonight. And also Hey, like you said, college basketball is going to be a big weekend. We have the Iron Bowl, Auburn and Alabama. So Saturday at 4:00, looking at that one. I'll be putting up some SEC videos for this weekend, so you can see those as well. And you can catch me and Ramon and Rod every single night, Monday through Friday, right here on the Happy Hour. You got anything else for him, Ramon?
No, Ron, great job. Way to pull it off there at the end. Thank you to Tony T in the back, and appreciate you having me. And we'll do it again. We'll be right back here tomorrow.
Great. Thanks, everybody. You guys have a great evening and good luck tonight.